Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's new makeup releases where I am going to chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced, and sneak peeked, and I'm going to let you know whether or not I want to pick it up, whether or not I already did, and then you let me know down in the comments whether or not you're interested in picking it up. And don't be upset with me if I don't like the same things as you like. People always get angry with me because I don't like their favorite makeup. It is okay, it's just colored powder. You're allowed to dislike things that I love and I am allowed to dislike things that you love. And if you haven't been here before, do consider subscribing. I do upload quite a lot of videos every week, and this video I do once a week, letting you know all about the makeup news, so happy Friday. I am in a very good mood today. I'm having a good day. There's a lot of fun things happening today, which makes me super excited. I will talk more about that in the future. I did film this look just before this. I actually use a full face of Jason Wu spring collections. I was wearing a couple of these things. This highlighter is the Jason Wu as well. I don't know if anyone's like really talking about this brand, this highlighter palette. Beautiful. I will have this look live on Monday. There's also this like pastel palette. If you're wondering about the things that are on my face, they're gonna be in a pinned comment down below, and all of the things that I'm talking about today are gonna be in the description box. But yeah, Jason Wu has come out with a summer spring collection, and it is like so many new things, and I'm gonna be trying out all of them on Monday. So if you're interested in that, that's coming on Monday. Okay, let's see what we can talk about. Let me scoochie. And I'll be over here so that we can put some stuff on the side. I quickly want to start with the Too Faced Italian Spritz palette because this palette is now available and I did purchase it and I do have a video on it. It's already live on my channel. I will link both the palette and the video down below. I will say this palette has me slightly shocked because this is kind of a unexpected revival of my interest of Too Faced. I mean, revival, was there ever an interest in Too Faced? I don't know. I just feel like they're bringing something new to the table, and I feel a lot of people, for the first time in a really long time, is giving Too Faced a second look, and you know what? I'm not mad about it. Also, another thing that I also bought that I'm also using in that exact video is the new, these are from Stila, same. I haven't bought anything or tried anything from Stila in quite some years, and this is the Stila Calligraphy lip stain, and it is available now at Ulta. I will link that one down below as well, and if you want to see it in action, that's also in the video. And they do have quite a few really cute colors, and I did buy the one that's called Ruth, which is the bright orange. So if you want to see that one in action, definitely check out the video. I overall really liked all of it. Yeah, both of those things, really fun releases. Oh my god, the way that I get don't come for me. Listen, I am also Team Selena Gomez. Do not come for me. But when I saw this picture, wait, let me get it here. When I saw this picture on Trend Mood and it says like, come on, Rare Beauty, and it's like a sneak peek and it says, looks like Rare Beauty teased the new palette, I didn't know which one was new. They're all the same? I didn't know which one was new, and still now when I look at it, I'm not 100% sure which one is new. I think it's the one in the middle. I mean, Rare Beauty, I love a lot of things from Rare Beauty, but so far they have not really convinced me with their selection of eyeshadows, and I really don't think that this one is going to be the one either. But you can see the pictures there of like more upfront, like more detailed, what the new items are going to be. There are going to be 2 new blushes, and one of the new liquid blushes is like a terracotta, slided like almost caramelly brownie terracotta orange peach. I used a lot of words to describe a color that's literally a nude, but I do think that I might try that one because the one color that I have from Rare Beauty is that like bright coral, and I like it, but I don't use it as much as I probably should, so I might try this new one. She's also coming out with new colors in the bronzer sticks, which I honestly think is great. They already have quite a few shades, but all of the shades are leaning pretty either warm or neutral. I have the 2 lightest shades I have from before, Happy Soul and Power Boost. Those are the 2 that I have. They're absolutely beautiful, but now they're coming out with the light, the medium, and the dark in cooler tones. So if you had been looking at those bronzer sticks and if you've been hearing the hype about them, and trust me, believe the hype, it is a beautiful cream bronzer, but you were thinking that all of the colors looked too warm for you, well, you're in luck because now she has come out with 3 new shades and they're all leaning more cool toned. And these are available now, so check the link down below in case you were interested. Let's talk about the least surprising release of 2023, and that is that after Tarte has done the liquid bronzer with the poof, and then they did the liquid blush with the poof, they're now doing the liquid highlighter with the poof. I mean, I am not surprised, you're not surprised, nobody is surprised. It was just inevitable, to be honest, and I really like the liquid bronzer. I think that is a beautiful formula, comes in more colors than the Charlotte Tilbury one. I actually preferred that one over the Charlotte Tilbury one. The liquid blush is not my favorite. It is too sheer, it's too liquidy, and it lifts. So that, I think it's okay, but it's definitely not a favorite for me. It's like, I could live without it. If it disappeared out of my collection, I'd be like, win some, lose some. But the highlighter, I want to try it out because you know I went totally bananas for the cream highlighter stick with the click pen that they released last year. That was in my yearly favorites. It is so incredibly beautiful. Like, if you have not tried that one, you're definitely sleeping on that product. If you are able to see it in store, I definitely would suggest it. I think it's absolutely stunning. Really, really love that one. So for them to release a liquid highlighter formula, I'm very intrigued to see how I feel about it. I hope it's not going to be as liquidy as the blush. So this one is coming soon. Apparently it's only coming in 2 shades, Golden Glow and Pearl Glow. I don't think that that is enough by any stretch of the imagination, and it does surprise me because the bronzer comes in so many shades and then the highlighter only comes in 2 shades. I don't know what that is about. Soft focus finish formulated with porcelain flower, mango butter, and diamond powder complex. Okay, whatever that means. To create a luminous effect but also brightening the skin. I don't know if this is a very... If this is a highlighter with a transparent base, 2 shades can stretch over quite a lot of skin tones. I do believe that, but I still think that maybe like 3 or 4 wouldn't have hurt, to be honest. But we'll see what this is about. I'll probably try it out because I've tried the other 2 and just see how I feel. But it's going to be really hard for them to beat the formula of the Charlotte Tilbury Spotlight because honestly, that color is immaculate. Just the shimmery liquid formula from Charlotte Tilbury, I honestly think is worth the hype. I will die on that hill. Who remembers me trying the Kosas shimmery bronzer powder thing? Mine came rancid. Kosas has been battling now for quite some years with really unstable formulas that go rancid, sometimes before even getting off the shelves at Sephora and other suppliers. I have gotten 3 products from Kosas that have either been rancid when I got them. The bronzer was already rancid when I got it. When I opened it for the first time, I vividly remember describing the scent as like old French fries. It just smelled like old rancid oils. And the lip liner, one of them when I got it, it was already rancid, and the other one went rancid within like a month. So yeah, they've definitely been battling with a lot of really unstable formulas. Sometimes having preservatives in your formulations actually is a good idea, like they're there for a reason. So they have actually pulled quite a lot of their formulations, and it seems like they're re-releasing them, and I'm very intrigued to see how these formulas are going to be, because their like bronzer formula was really well loved, but it turned rancid before the shelf life was over. I mean, the lip liners, I bought them at release and it said they had a 12-month shelf life, but one of them was already bad when I got it. So it's like, yeah, definitely their formulations need a little bit of work. So it's going to be interesting to see what the feedback are on these bronzers, because yeah, there was nothing wrong with how they looked on the skin. It's just like opening that one up and just almost like smelling, it's smelling almost like garbage or like a filthy restaurant. Like, no, that was not, yeah. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm interested in trying it out. I will definitely be trying it out and see if it's the same formula as it was before. And hopefully I will not get another like old French fry bronzer. Sigma is releasing some new mini palettes. I think these are coming my way. I do have a package coming to me from Sigma either today or tomorrow, and these are the Party on the Go collection, and there are 4 new travel sized eyeshadow palettes, and this is $30 each, and it is the Beachy, Earthy, Electric Pink, and Jewels collection. And I think that these look fun. I really like the Sigma Beauty eyeshadow formula. I think they have a really solid and good and reliable eyeshadow formula. And I'm excited to see how these look in real life, especially that beachy one with the 2 blue shimmers, and like it has a black as well. Like I could be about that. Yeah, I'm excited to see how these look. I will say that I am usually a person that goes for more bold eyeshadow looks or like more colorful looks. So I tend to prefer palettes that have more colorful like matte options as well. But you never know. I'm gonna have a peek at these palettes. I'm gonna see what they look like. I do have a code with Sigma, and my code is Angelica, and it will give you 10% off. These are launching on March 14th officially. So I'll have a peek at them when they get here. I will post something on my stories in case you want to see like a close-up of how they look. Ooh, I did get asked actually today by the owner of Bella Beauté Bar if I wanted to receive their new palette. This is the Pastel Garden palette, and I did show you a sneak peek of this one before. It is the palette that has a lot of shades inside, and I will say now you can see the size of the palette with her holding it in her hand, and it seems like it might be the size of like a Blend Bunny palette. So it's going to be interesting. I'll compare it size-wise because this one has quite a few shades in it, but I will compare it size-wise to some other bigger palettes just so we can get a grip on like how big this palette is, because I know a lot of you are like me and you prefer palettes that are a little bit more like a little smaller, a little easier to hold, a little easier to like, you know, bring places. But I also know there's a bunch of you who loves a bigger palette, and this one might be for you. I don't mind having more shades to choose from. For me, the thing is like I don't want them to be too big, and I feel like some palettes are just they're just too big, like a Morphe 35, like that's just a smidge too big for my liking. I think the Blend Bunny palettes are probably like, that's my maximum. I also know that Carnival XL Pro, that palette's just slightly too big. There's something about having to hold it with 2 hands. That's like when it's becoming cumbersome to even fit it on the desk, or when it's becoming hard to like store it, or when it's becoming hard to hold it with 1 hand. That's usually when I'm like, this is just too big. That's not what she said, but that's what I'm saying. So I will let you know how this one looks when it gets here. She said she was gonna send it to me. I'm very intrigued to see what it looks like. When it's being released, you can use the code Angelica and get some money off at Bella Beauté Bar. I have really been enjoying a bunch of the stuff that she's been releasing, and I'm excited to be trying this one out as well. Speaking of the thing from Too Faced, I forgot to mention another thing from Too Faced. I'm actually very, very intrigued by this one. They are having 2 more releases. I don't know if I'm going to be trying both of them, but there is one thing that I think I will be trying, and this is the Lip Injection Extreme Lip Shaper Plumping Lip Liner. I don't know what a plumping lip liner means, but the Too Faced lip liner, do I have it here? Yes. This one, it is the Lady Bold lip liner from Too Faced. I have it in Badass. It is one of those that you click up. So like it's a clicky. This color is my lip color in Badass. So for me, I have actually gone through one of these. This is my 2nd lip liner, and I really, really love the packaging, love the color, love the formula. So for that reason, I kind of want to try out this new formula and just see. Honestly, I just want to see what this whole like plumping is about, because I've tried one of the lip injections from Too Faced, and it is an actual medieval torture device. Like it is so painful. It is so like absolutely not. Absolutely not. If I want bigger lips that bad, I'll just get injections, because I feel like that's going to be less painful than those like glosses. They're absolutely atrocious, but I want to be trying this one out. These are up on Sephora now, so you can check them out, but they're not available yet. And also another thing that are being released from Too Faced, and this is the Born This Way Healthy Glow. So this is going to be like a skin tint in the Born to Glow line, and I've been liking that. That foundation was a little bit too dewy for me. It's just a little bit too creamy for me. I never really loved that foundation. It settled into lines. But this is a light coverage, luminous finish formulated with hydrating coconut water, watermelon, hyaluronic acid, and alpine rose. Moisturizing skin tint with a light coverage. See, I can be about this because I do like a light coverage. It all depends on how glowy. Is it like a skin finish, or is it like a I smear my face with Vaseline? I'm gonna need further instructions, and maybe I'll try it out and see how this one is, because I love a light coverage thingamajig. I just don't like when they're sticky, dewy, like stuff stick to your face. Like I'm having an upcoming get ready with me where I'm using this one again, the new Tarte Maracuja Juicy Glow. This is so sticky, there's an actual dog hair sticking to my face during that makeup review, so I don't need that. Maybe just like one step down from that. Let's go into the weekly Colourpop segment, and Colourpop again is just expanding and maybe more like letting us know which are the permanent, like the permanent colors in their permanent line. They've been doing this with quite a bunch of different things, and now they have come to bronzers, highlighters, and blushes. And I think it's a good idea to just be upfront and say like, these are our permanent shades, because then you know when collections come out with other shades, you're like, okay, so this is not, and this is. Like, it's more clear. I do like that. I will say I'm not loving that they're moving away from the cardboard packaging and into this clear plastic packaging. Do I have any of them here? No, I don't. I understand why. And the main reason is, of course, that then they're able to sell it at Target as well, because Target does not have any testers. It is a drugstore section at Target. There are no testers in US. If you're from Europe, you're probably like, what do you mean? I mean, most places in Europe will have testers even on like cheap, like affordable drugstore makeup. I mean, in Sweden, you get testers on Wet n Wild and e.l.f. Like, it just is what it is. But in drugstores in the US, there are no testers. And for that reason, they cannot do the cardboard packaging, because then people are literally blind. They can't even see what they're buying. With these clear packagings, they're able to see the product so that they can like, you know, see what they're buying. So I get it, because I do think that Colourpop at Target has been popular. My Target that has Colourpop, like, the stand is empty. Like, they have sold out of almost everything. And I mean, I'm very excited for them. So I'm guessing that's one of the reasons why they're keeping it like this. So that's, it's the same overall. So they're having bronzers, they're having blushes, they're having highlighters. These are the permanent colors. I don't know if I'm being sent this or not. And I'm gonna be 1,000,000% honest with you. I kind of hope they don't. Because I look at this and I'm like, that is a lot of colors. I really don't need that. So part of me is like, I want to be like, you know, the meme of Homer just disappearing into the bushes. Like, forget about me for this launch. Because I like blushes and bronzers and highlighter by Colourpop, but I don't need to have this many. So I'm kind of, if I do, oh my god, I will be giving away most of them. But I think that when I make my own Colourpop order, I think that bricky orange that's in the second lowest row, I think that one is the one that I'm gonna be picking up. But I have a bunch of blushes that I love from Colourpop. I don't need all of these, but I like it. Over the powder highlighter, the powder bronzer, and the powder blushes, I prefer the powder blushes, because I like the Super Shock highlighters and the Super Shock bronzers more than I like the powder equivalent. And I do like the Super Shock blushes as well. But if I'm gonna go with the matte formula, I actually prefer the matte powder formula over the matte Super Shock formula. That's just my personal preference. I do have a code with Colourpop. You can use the code Angelica to get some money off at the site. But this is one of those releases where I'm like, I think it's a good idea, but I really don't need to be sent this in PR. And when they did the relaunch of their, oh my god, hey kitty cat, did you hear that? She's so loud. When they did the relaunch of the lipsticks, they didn't send me the whole new line, so I'm kind of hoping they don't do that with this one either, because I really don't need that. There is a sneak peek from Unearthly Cosmetics about an upcoming launch, and this looks so cool. This is from Makeup on My Radar. Her Instagram was taken down, so it's now Makeup on My Radar instead. I don't know sometimes what's going on with Instagram. They keep like getting accounts taken. I don't know. Instagram seems to be a very finicky place to try and run your social media on. But this is just a collage of like the finger moving around with these multichromes on. It looks beautiful. I'm pretty sure that this is a spring release from Unearthly Cosmetics, and as soon as I know more, we'll talk about it. But I do think it looks really pretty. Something that I'm not interested in. And when I saw this, I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I expect from Hourglass. This is their new eyeshadow sticks. And look at this color range. It is just, what, 7 different shades of beige, and I mean, I get it. this is probably what the Hourglass customer wants. They want a one and done eyeshadow stick, just swipe it on, tap it with your finger, some mascara, and out the door. But when I look at this, I just see 7 things that I just really do not want. So for me, this is probably the easiest skip of 2023. Like, there is absolutely nothing about these that I want. This one is a little bit intriguing, but again, we come into that, like, what do you mean with like glowy? Because this is a new foundation from Maybelline. This is the Super Stay 24 Hours Skin Tint Foundation. This is a lightweight formula enriched with vitamin C to give the skin a fresh glow while covering unevenness and redness. And it says it stays up for 24 hours, which just really means that it's a long wearing foundation. So it's not gonna be like too dewy or like just lay on the skin, because then it's gonna wear off. So when it says 24 hours, it just tells me that, oh, this is a long wearing foundation that's just not gonna disappear from my face because of my oils within the hour. Feels comfortable on the skin, leaves the skin feeling soft and hydrated, suitable for sensitive skin and non-clogging to the pores. Apparently this is coming soon. We'll talk more about it when we know more. But again, if this is like a light, like fresh glow that's just like evening out the skin, I could be intrigued. But when it says like something like radiant, I'm like, so what do we mean radiant? Because I don't want a metallic skin. I don't want that. I don't want metallic skin. I want my skin to look healthy and glowy, but I don't want to be a Tin Man. There has to be like some kind of balance. Okay, the next thing, I actually have it here with me because I actually got this one in PR yesterday. This is the Youth to the People Peptides C Energy Eye Concentrate. This is a bright and smooth and deep puff thing. Look at this packaging. Isn't that pretty cool? I opened this late last night. I actually went to a little birthday gathering for one of my neighbors yesterday, and when I came home, I noticed that I had this one. So, lost something on the floor. This is what it looks like. It has a little pump. Doesn't smell like anything just straight out of the gate. I'm excited to be trying it out. Brighten and smooth and deep puff. AM and PM, apply a small amount to under eye area and around orbital bone and pat gently. In case of contact with eyes, rinse thoroughly with water. Okay, I'm excited to be trying this one out. It has peptides, vitamin CG, jack seed extract, yerba mate extract, and caffeine. This concentrate eye serum combining a trio of peptides visibly brightens and depuffs fatigue-looking eyes and blurs the appearance of fine lines with daily use. Listen, I could be all about that. Like I said, I'm 39. We all need the help, all the help we can get. So I'm excited to be trying that one out. And this is the first time I'm receiving any PR from Youth to the People, so that's also very exciting. At least for me. I have this sneak peek from, this is from Nabla. They're releasing something and they've been sneak peeking stuff, different promotional things for a couple of days now. This is the latest thing that they have like sneak peeked. Like it's like a gummy bear on the lips, like jelly. I'm guessing they're releasing tinted lip oils or like a jelly gloss or something. It's obvious that like it's a glossy lip formula with like not a fully opaque color. So it's coming soon. It says it's coming on March 15th actually, so that's pretty soon. Usually Nabla is sold both at Ulta and Beauty Bay, but it takes a little time for it to come to Ulta. But if you're interested, and probably it will be launching on Beauty Bay at the same time as it launches on Nabla, I could be interested depending on exactly what it is and what kind of shade range they will be offering. I saw this one and I even went to the website to go and purchase this one because I'm like, oh, this is interesting. This will be my first time trying Gucci eyeshadows. That's so interesting. This one is available now. I will link it down below. This is the Gucci palette, the Beauté Quatuor, and it is $69 each. And then it said, can be used on eyes, lips, and cheeks. And that got me thinking like, I mean, eyes and cheeks, that could be powder formula. When then they say lips, I'm like, so it's a cream in here. So I went to look on the website and yes, it is a cream as well. And I'm sorry, I don't want 3 powder eyeshadows and creamy lip in the same compact. That to me screams pick me up at checkout in the tax-free store in like 1997. Definitely am not interested in that, and especially not for a $69 price tag. That like quad that is at the top that has a white, a green, and a lavender and a red. The red is a cream. So that means that you're having red cheeks, red lips, and green eyeshadow. You're an actual Christmas bauble for $69. No, thank you. I was super intrigued and interested when I saw this release, and then I was a little sad because it only comes in one color so far. And this is from Natasha Denona, and this is the I Need a Rouge lipsticks, and they're expanding, but it only comes in one shade. So this is, according to me, I think this is, no, she has had liquid lipsticks before, but I think she discontinued them, and I'm fairly sure some of them were metallic, and I don't think that people are super, the main bulk of people are not super into a liquid lipstick that dries down with a metallic finish. It's not really what's selling to the masses right now. I actually really wanted to try this one. This is in shade Eva, and I'm not looking for a red liquid lipstick at this point. It did launch on International Women's Day, and they are partnering with She's the First to support women's empowerment worldwide, which I think is a great cause. I just really, really do not need a red liquid lipstick. But if this one comes out in other shades, I will definitely jump on that. So this has got to be one of the weirdest collaborations with maybe more the weirdest missed opportunities that I have ever seen. And this is the collaboration between Maybelline and M&Ms. This is Asia exclusive, but still when I look at this collection, it is concealers, foundations, which is just limited edition packaging, which to me is weird, but I'm not gonna argue with it. But that eyeshadow palette, you're telling me that the M&Ms, there are 6 different M&Ms for a 6-pan palette, and you chose to not do each pan for each M&M? I cannot be the only one to see the obvious choice to do a 6-pan mini rainbow palette with a brown for M&M. Come on. This is an easy one. Why did you not do that? Why partner up with M&M if you're gonna do mauves? I will never, obviously I cannot even form sentences to explain how disappointed I am with this, but I will never cease to be absolutely mystified by the choices of some big makeup brands. Why would you pay so much money to collab with M&Ms to just slap yellow packaging on this mediocreness? Make it make sense. And speaking of mystifying, what in the actual is this packaging? This is from Cali Ray. And Cali Ray, I've said this before, Cali Ray is a makeup brand. It's available at Sephora, and it is created by Wendy, who is the original creator of Urban Decay before she sold to, I think, L'Oreal, right? They sold to L'Oreal, and now she's creating this. This is the building blocks for kids, but you weren't able to properly put it together. The packaging is cute. I love the wooden packaging, but listen to what it's called. Endless Sunset Face and Eyeshadow Palette. Endless? Oh, I can see an end to the possibilities of this palette. This is just the most mediocre, peachy mid-tone matte. What is this? What? I don't know, maybe this is what the person that walks into Sephora is looking for. I just cannot fathom. And this is me. If I loved neutrals, and if I went into Sephora and I looked at all of their palettes, why would I choose this one for $48 over any of the other options? I don't get it. Even if I like neutrals, if I just add $5 more, I can get that Italian Spritz by Too Faced. It has more shades. It's like giving a little bit more of excitement. It has neutrals too. I mean, yeah, it's not a multifunction palette, but this is only a multifunction palette if you're light to light medium. Other than that, what kind of multifunction are you getting out of this if you're like a tan to deep? I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something, and maybe this is like where my preferences are shining through, when you can just be like, well, Angie, it's not for you. And I get that, it's not for me. But I am also like, so who is it for? Because this is also for a very, very specific type of consumer. Someone who just really is into the no makeup and is not afraid to pay $50 for this. And also, I really hate the different pan size jumbled. This is just not for me. I'm not getting it. I honestly think it looks kind of ugly. But again, I realize it's not made for me. But it also makes me think, so who is it for? I just don't get it. This is something that I will be buying. 1,000,000, trillion, zillion, billion, some of those words are made up, %. I will be buying this new perfume from Kayali. This is the Pistachio Gelato. And, well, if my husband was here, it's like, gelato is Italian, so it's pistachio gelato. I talked about this in my video about the Italian Spritz. This is pistachio, sweet rum, marshmallows, hazelnut, whipped cream, cotton candy. This is a very sweet perfume, but it is also a little nutty because of the pistachio and the hazelnut, and then it has rum in it, and I actually do like a boozy perfume. I really like the Angel Share by Kilian. It is a boozy perfume. I really like the Jazz Club by Maison Margiela, the replica ones. That is a boozy perfume. So for that reason, because the rum is in here, because I don't love a cotton candy marshmallow kind of a perfume. Whipped cream makes me very excited though, because I love milky notes in perfumes. Commodity milk, I have a sample. I will be definitely buying that one in full size when I go through the sample. That beautiful lactic, just, it works with everything. It is so wonderful. It just breaks through any fruity perfume. I love that. So even though the marshmallow and cotton candy makes me think, oh, they're trying to do like the Baccarat Rouge, whatever it's called. I've smelled that perfume and I'm like, it's not for me. It's not for me. I get it, but it's not for me. But the other notes is making me think, yes, this is coming on the 21st of March. I am super, super excited. It's already up on Sephora. I will link it down below. I will 1,000,000% be trying this one out. I have high hopes, but I also am worried that it's going to be too sugary and not let any of the other notes come through. But I'm excited. I will be trying that one out. I do think I'm gonna like it. There is another perfume also from, speaking of Kilian, this is the Blue Moon perfume. So this is the Blue Moon Ginger Dash perfume. And this is inspired by Kilian Hennessy's summer cocktail, the cult beachside party drink from the 90s, Blue Lagoon. I remember when I used to be a bartender. Not for a really long time. I used to work in the restaurant business for 10 years. I didn't bartend that much because I am a morning person. I liked working breakfasts more than I liked working in the bar. But I remember when I was in school, I was in restaurant school, and we had to learn how to do Blue Lagoons. And I remember we learned some of these really classic cocktails. And I'm like, who's ordering these? Let me tell you, not a single person. But this is lemon, vodka, and the blue curacao liqueur. So this one has notes of lemon, cologne, vodka accord, ginger, and ambroxan. This is $230. And I just from the notes of this one, I love ginger and lemon, but I think the ambroxan is probably going to take over a little bit. Just thinking what I think this is gonna be. So I don't think this is gonna be for me. I literally said think 5 times in that sentence. Sorry about that. So articulated, you know. So this is one of those, if I see it in store, I definitely will be sniffing it. But just from reading the notes, I don't think it's going to be my absolute favorite. So I think I'm going to hold off on that one. There's also a new concealer coming from It Cosmetics. This is the Bye Bye Dark Spots Concealer and Serum. It also has, just like this concealer that I'm wearing today, it has like a little brush on the top so that you can use that one. I as you can see, I haven't used this one yet. I don't like using something like that, but I understand for some people it's perfect to have it on the go. I am not going to be trying this out, and the simple reason is that I have concealers that I really like, and also I've never tried it cosmetics, and I don't think that this will be the one thing that makes me try it, but I don't know. It's developed with dermatologists and plastic surgeons, fades the look of dark spots, fine lines, dark circles on the eyes, and uneven skin tone. It has niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and caffeine in there. I don't know, maybe it's amazing. If this one gets really good reviews, it's going to be one of those things that I'll try out later if it gets really good reviews. But since I don't know much about the brand, I've never tried It Cosmetics, I don't think that this one will be the thing that really like drags me in. There's also a new collection from Nars, and it is the Laguna collection. Listen, it's either Orgasm or Laguna. These are your two choices, and now the last collection was Orgasm, so now they're doing Laguna. Expect some like a kind of a Orgasm Explosion summer collection coming soon. This is the summer collection. Okay. Bronzing Essentials inspired by best-selling Laguna. So it is an afterglow lip balm, which honestly, they're pretty nice. A sheer bronze with gold shimmer. Gold shimmer on my lips, I don't like that. Then there are two eyeshadow quads, Laguna Sunset and Laguna. Both of them are really not the kind of shades that I go for, and I think one of them is an all shimmer and the other one is 3 shimmers and a very light beige. Again, definitely not what I'm going for. And then of course you can always get the Laguna bronzer with it. This just isn't for me. This isn't the kind of thing that I go for. So this again is just such an easy pass for me. Okay, I want to talk about one last thing, and I want to talk about this from a creator slash influencer perspective, and this is that No Beauty by Vanessa Hudgens is coming back. I know they're saying here introducing No Beauty by Vanessa Hudgens, but I am fairly sure that this was already introduced maybe 2 years ago, because I know I talked about No Beauty, and then it was together with that other girl, Madison Beer, right? And I guess she's no longer in the picture, and now it's only Vanessa Hudgens. Target real skincare concerns with high efficiency, accessibility, blah, 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 blah. I get that. I got a message from whoever is running PR from No Beauty, and they were telling me that I could be part of this super exclusive launch and receiving the product beforehand in exchange for a sponsored or like a review on TikTok or Instagram. And I told them I don't do unpaid sponsored work. I do not do reviews in exchange for PR. If you still want to send this to me in PR, that is perfectly fine, but I cannot promise you anything because I don't do that. Because when you do something in exchange for a product, that is a sponsorship. You have to mark it as a sponsorship and you have to pay taxes on that. If they didn't pay you for it, then you have to pay taxes on the product that they gave you. Just remember that when you are accepting something in exchange for something, it is no longer PR, it is a sponsorship. And I am sad to see that a celebrity brand like this is approving a marketing strategy that is trying to take advantage of influencers like this. I really hope that very few people accepted this one. They were like, this is gonna give you so much hype, you're gonna get so... I'm like, no, it's not. This is literally the 2 millionth celebrity skincare brand to enter the market the past like 2-3 years. Nobody cares. I couldn't tell him that because like that's rude, but like him trying to sell me on the idea that I should work for them in exchange for, I'm not going to spoil what kind of product it is, but they told me what kind of product it is. But like in exchange for this product, they want me to work for them for free. And what they are saying, it's going to be viral. It's not going to be viral. It's not going to give me anything. And I'm just really sad to see someone that's like, Vanessa Hudgens, she knows how social media works. And I'm sad to see that they have approved a strategy that means that they're trying to take advantage of, I'm guessing, smaller and mid-sized influencers like me, because I'm more of a mid-sized influencer. And I didn't like it. And I just told them no. And I really hope that they're finding a better marketing strategy in the future. Had they just sent it out in PR, I would have tried it and maybe I would have loved it. But now I'm just like kind of turned off by the brand because they were just trying to make me do a sponsored ad for them without paying me. So that was it. Those were the products of this week. week. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. I'm actually leaving for Houston tomorrow. I'm gonna be meeting my friend Heather Austin and K Bella Beauty, Kelly. We are gonna be meeting, like, I'm bringing my husband, they're bringing their families. All three of our families are gonna be hanging out, going to the fair. It's called the Houston Rodeo, but I don't really know about the rodeo part. Listen, I'm gonna eat the fair food. That's why I'm going. Heather's told me that everything's deep fried and I am ready. I'm ready for the deep fried food. But honestly, we're just gonna be hanging out. We're spending a long weekend there and we're just going to the fair thing for one day and then we're just hanging out. I'm super, super excited. So if I'm not super active in answering your comments throughout the next couple of days, because I'm coming back late Tuesday, just know why. I'm still gonna have a video on Monday, but yeah, if I'm not active in the comments, it's because I'm out living my best life with my friends in Houston. So yeah, I will see you again on Monday for a new video and I hope you're gonna have an absolutely amazing weekend. Bye!